Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to beautiful Central Oregon and Bend as we bring you Roseburg High School football tonight here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Tonight, the Roseburg Indians get ready to take on the Mountain View Cougars. It's week 2 of the high school football season, and we are excited to have you with us here on a Friday night. Last week, things got derailed just a little bit, and we had to wait until Saturday. It was 24 hours later for Roseburg to play their first game of the season. But they were able to pull out a victory last week against Summit, a Bend school, and now they'll try to do it again against Mountain View, another school from Bend. If they can do it, it'll be their first 2-0 start to a season since 2019, and they're looking to win 3 consecutive games dating back to last week, as they were last season, I should say, the Roseburg Indians winning their final game and stretching it into this week. As we make our way into tonight's broadcast, we welcome you in for the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. That is Roseburg Disposal. Give them a call at 673-7122. We're going to have a quick word here in the pregame show with head coach Dave Heiberger coming up here in just a few minutes, so stick around for that. If you're new to the program, I want to remind you that tonight's game is streaming live with video coverage online at 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel, where you can subscribe and follow Roseburg High Sports throughout the season. We're covering all the Roseburg football games, as well as we'll be getting into other sports throughout the calendar year as well. So we are looking forward to it tonight here as Roseburg gets ready to take on Mountain View. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute break, and when we come back, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Dave Heiberger. It's Roseburg football on the road at Mountain View High School tonight on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Back here with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame shows. We get ready for Friday night kickoff. Roseburg getting ready to take on Mountain View tonight here in Bend, and getting a chance to catch up with head coach Dave Heiberger before the Indians take on the Cougars. Coach, congratulations. You guys are 1-0. A nice victory for you guys in week 1 against Summit. When you got a chance to sit down and watch the tape, what were some of the things that stood out to you in the victory against the Storm?
I thought our kids played hard. I thought some players stepped up and executed well, especially being their first game like a Colton Marsters, and he executed well all the way to Eli Jacobs stepping in and kicking PATs. There were some good things, and like any first game, there's a probably more things we'd like to see ourselves do better, but that's part of getting that first one under your belt.
You know, you talked about the offseason work that Colton Marsters did at that quarterback position. He got his chance to get his first start at that spot it sounds like, in his football career, and I thought he did really well. What kind of attributes does he bring to that position for you guys when you're out there running the offense?
Confidence. You know, some of that is being there all summer to get his teammates to have the confidence in him. He can make plays that we can't coach, and so there's a couple times in that game where he made something happen on his own, and so we were excited to see that out of him. And, you know, I think some of that goes that he has some skill guys to get the ball to, and that O-line, you know, is getting bigger and stronger and more physical each day. So I think we helped him out quite a bit to go on top of that. He's a pretty special athlete.
You guys on defense hold them without a touchdown in that game, and you know, obviously a takeaway in there, a couple of takeaways for you guys. You got to feel pretty good about how the defense did in week one. Like you said, there's always things to clean up, but to hold the team without an offensive touchdown, had to be feeling pretty good about things there.
Yeah, I thought we got off blocks, tackled well, and all those things. You know, all those things that go along with that.
You guys get a chance to take on a Mountain View team here tonight on the road. Going on the road, long road trip for you. You're playing on a natural turf. You know, all the environment. I guess maybe you got some of those jitters of going on the road out of the way last week when it was supposed to be a home game. You guys go to Cottage Grove. Traveling with a football team, the process going into that, maybe with some guys that are doing a long trip like this for the first time. Any of that come up in discussion this week as you guys prepared for this road trip to Bend?
No, other than just trying to avoid distractions, you know, and that's just a distraction, and that's just an excuse. We just need to focus and do our job on the field, you know, each position, and things take care of themselves. So, you know, other than the fact that, you know, you're dealing with smoke, COVID, a lot of distractions for it. The travel just falls in, and when you live in a beautiful area like Roseburg, it's not called traveling, it's part of where you got to go to play a game. So.
You mentioned like the smoke, and obviously COVID has all of us on our toes throughout the season, but the smoke was an added element, and you guys have had 2 weeks where kind of when you're getting down to Friday and hoping for game time, things have been kind of a little bit up in the air. As the coach planning for all of this, what added level of kind of intrigue does that add to your Friday as you get ready for kickoff?
How to function with a true lack of sleep would probably be my best way to say what's going on with that. So,
well, you guys are going to get one in here, it looks like, today at Mountain View, and this team you're going to be taking on, what do you know about them? What are going to be some of the keys to the game to stopping the Mountain View Cougars here tonight? Well-coached
team. Obviously, they went 6-0 last year, state title in the last 5-6 years. Well-coached team. They do what they do, and they're going to line up, and they're going to try and play physical football with us. They also got that number 2 out there throwing the ball right now. You know, played in Les Schwab Bowl game last year as a junior, and he can spin it a little bit. And tailback is a wrestler / sprinter / football player, and so that's a heck of a combination to have in a kid at tailback. And so our hands are full, and there'll be different elements that we're going to be challenged on tonight, and we'll see how we respond. As you guys get going, health-wise is always a thing to keep track of throughout the season. But tonight, as you guys get ready to kick off against Mountain View, you guys still feeling at pretty much at full strength? No, absolutely. Obviously, we've had to pare back some contact and things like that at practice. But, yeah, that's something anytime we can get through a game without an injury, we'll take that. All right, Coach. We get looking forward to Week 2 kickoff against Mountain View. Thanks so much for the time. Yep, thank you. That's Coach Dave Heiberger here as we get ready to start. It's your Roseburg Disposal pregame show. We'll come back with some keys to the game and a look at tonight's matchup a little bit closer before the opening kickoff here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza. Made with only the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
As a doctor, I kept myself safe from COVID by following all the proper protocols. Then I visited my family, and we all got COVID. I debated getting the vaccine since I gained the COVID antibodies. I changed my mind because I learned the antibodies may not offer full protection. But getting the vaccine after COVID can help prevent you from getting sick again. It also lowers your risk of getting someone else sick. So whether you've already had COVID or you're still unvaccinated, please get the vaccine.
Officials representing the Central Oregon Football Officials Association.
Welcome you back here to Mountain View High School as we get ready to go. They're going to have the coin toss here in just a few moments. Just had the national anthem as we are just about ready to kick off on this Week 2 non-conference matchup. A couple of quick ideas on some keys to tonight's matchup. For Roseburg, I'm going to say tonight they did well on defense last week, had a couple of takeaways. That's going to be critical, but they also have to limit the explosion plays going up against a running back in Sayer Williamson, who had over 200 yards rushing last week and 4 touchdowns in Mountain View's win on top of Century, 42-22 last week. Got to make sure you don't give up those explosion plays, plays over 40 yards or more, and not allow them to do too much. On the offensive side tonight for Roseburg, really, last week they did a nice job marching down the field consistently through the game, but it didn't always result in points, so it's going to be big for them to try and capitalize on opportunities they get when they're in their opponent's half of the field. They're heading out for the coin toss. We'll come back and let you know how it played out when we come back after this final 2-minute break. This has been your Roseburg Disposal pregame show here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Parker, and I have been a part of the Roseburg community for my entire life. I am devastated to tell you that just shy of a week ago, I lost someone dear to me, a very special family friend, to COVID-19. I realize that the topic of vaccination is a sensitive one. It's a very personal choice. I just urge you to make this decision as soon as possible before it's too late to do something about it.
Or religion will not be tolerated. Such conduct may subject the violator to be removed from the event and result in penalties assessed against your school.
Welcome you back here to Mountain View High School, where tonight Roseburg takes on the Cougars. Let's go ahead and pause real quick, 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg football on the Score.
The OSAA and Mountain View are committed to a welcoming environment that promotes fair play and respect for all, and expect the same from everybody here tonight. We request your cooperation in supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Together we can provide a safe and respectful...
Roseburg's offense is going to get the first opportunity tonight as their kick return team will head out there. First, winning the toss was Mountain View, and they go out there to kick this one away. They'll be in the black uniforms, black tops, black trousers. They've got the numbers on the front and the back in red. The helmet's black with a bright, shiny red stripe down the middle with 2 white stripes on either side. They'll kick right to left on your radio dial. Roseburg, their white tops, black pants, orange trim, numbers on the front and the back in black as well. Lights starting to come on here with a few clouds overhead as we get ready to go. The smoke has indeed cleared up here tonight, and we get ready for some high school football. Kicking. Mountain View will punt it away. It's Blaine Causey, a taupe kick. Low wobbly one taken by Gillespie at the 19. Dawson Gillespie to the 30, and that is where Roseburg will start with the football. Take a look at the Roseburg offense heading out on the field. Up along the front line, Hayden Snyder, Kyler Mills, Silas Kincaid, Daniel Thomas, and Tiger Black were the announced starters to us from head coach Dave Heiberger. Colton Marsters, the quarterback, in the backfield. We saw a lot of Caden Eckel last week. We might see more of Knox Hubbard here tonight. And your wide receivers, Hayden Horton, Logan Klopfenstein, Dominic Tatone, Landon Duper, and we'll see some of Carson Dunn tonight as well. Roseburg starts with the football at their own 30-yard line as we get ready to go. First drive of the night. In the matchup, in shotgun, is Marsters with a back to his left. That is Hubbard getting the start. Quick pass out to the flats. It goes to Landon Duper. Tried to backstep around a defender, got driven back. They initially were going to give him his forward progress, about a yard gain, and then they changed their mind as Duper tried to continue that play. Got pushed back to the 25-yard line, and so Roseburg on a pass play going backwards 5 yards, and that'll be how things started last week. Marsters had a great day through the air, connecting on 16 of 19 passes, 84% for 144 yards. But his first one loses 5, second down and 15 on the left hash mark. Low snap, looking to pass, has time, lofts it downfield. Duper hand checking. No flag as they were hand fighting down the far sideline in coverage. I believe that is Ben Yunt out there in coverage. Incomplete on the pass, and it'll be third down and 15 for Roseburg here on their first drive of the night. So first incompletion for Marsters. A little bit of pushing and shoving. The officials letting us know what they'll allow out there in the passing game. Trips to the right side. That's the wide side of the formation for Marsters. He's got Hubbard in the backfield with him. Going to take off running on 3rd and 15. Got in the middle, lost the football. It's still jumbled around, and it's going to be a fumble taken away by Mountain View. Coming up with it, the fumble recovery is Mason Ludwig. And Marsters with the fumble on third down. He had some room but tried to make a move around a linebacker and gets it turned over. And so it will be 1st and 10 in Roseburg territory. Marsters had gotten that back to about the 32-yard line before he fumbled. And now it is Mountain View with the football. 11:03 to go in the first quarter, and they've got it at the Roseburg 33-yard line. They'll go under center, and they fumble on the first play. The quarterback, Jacoby Moss, handing it off out of the backfield. And a misplay on that one. Back there with him is Sayer Williamson, the senior, 5'11", 170 pounds, running back. 203 yards and 4 touchdowns last week, but a fumble on the snap. They'll lose 2 yards on the first play. Back to the Roseburg 35. Second down and 12. A pitch now. Williamson tries to go left, tries to then cut back to the middle of the formation, and he only gets right back to about the original line of scrimmage. He'll pick up 2. Down to the 33, and Williamson collected on that one. Picks up the loss 2 on the fumble, and it makes it 3rd down. Actually, they don't really give them all 2 back. Only gives them about 1 back to the 34. So it's 3rd down and a long 11 here in Roseburg territory after the fumble. Mountain View, their first possession, trying not to go to a 4th down. They'll pitch out into the flats. Man out there blocking, but cannot hold off. That is Logan Klopfenstein in coverage. Couldn't hold him off long enough in blocking. Cam Smith out there trying to hold off Klopfenstein as Sam Larson gets the reception, but he only gains about 1, and it's 4th down and 10. So the first pass play, Moss does connect with Sam Larson, his big tight end, but it's only good for a yard. And now it's 4th down and 10. In Roseburg territory, they're going to leave the offense on the field. Trips to the left side of the formation. Moss in shotgun with Williamson to his left. One target to the short side of the field on the right. The 4th down play, looking to convert. Rolling to his left, going downfield. The pass too high. It's a turnover on downs. And the incompletion will give the ball back to Roseburg with 9:33 to go here in the first quarter. So Roseburg's defense will hold, and they'll get the football back at their own 33-yard line. So not a lot for either offense here early on in this game. Both quarterbacks completing just 1 pass and not for a lot of yards. And Roseburg, Colton Marsters, they'll get the ball back, trying to see if they can do something more here with their second possession. 9:33 to go here in the first quarter of tonight's ball game. Scoreless so far. In motion, they move Dominic Tatone. Give it to him on the end around. Side swipes through a defender. Gets across the 35. That's a nice pickup on 1st down as Dominic Tatone takes it out to the 38-yard line on his first carry. Had the touchdown run of 10 yards last week to put Roseburg's first points on the board. He takes it out to the 38, a pickup of 5. 2nd down and 5. 9:07 and counting. Trips to the left side. Marsters gives it to Eckel as he comes in after 1 series. He goes to the 40 and bottled up there. Roseburg's sophomore starter last week finished the night 24 carries for 149 yards. It's the first 100-yard rushing game for a Roseburg runner since October 4th of 2019. That was Doran Gillespie against McMinnville. The 2-yard carry there by Eckel makes it 3rd down and a long 3. Marsters in shotgun. He's got 1 man to the right side of the formation. I believe that's done. And a timeout going to be taken by Roseburg. First time out here in the first half with 8:28 to go in the ballgame. Let's go ahead and take a 30-second break, and we'll come back with more Roseburg football, scoreless in the first quarter here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I'm Jamie Venici. Our family got vaccinated. Our younger son has type 1 diabetes and can't afford to get sick with the COVID virus. We want to help protect him, but in the past week, we helplessly witnessed the loss of a loved one due to COVID. I wouldn't wish that experience on anyone. Millions of COVID vaccines have been given successfully. Vaccination is the answer.
Roseburg football tonight on the Score is brought to you by Bigfoot Beverages, a locally owned family business, proud sponsor of local sports and focused on community events. It's 3rd down and a long 3. Got to get it past the 43. The football sits on the 40. Marsters in shotgun with Eckel to his right. Trips to the left side of the formation as Roseburg goes without a tight end. Rolling to his right, going to be a designed quarterback keeper. Marsters takes contact, but he's got the first down. Out there blocking for him was Kyle Velou, getting his first action this season. I thought it was Carson Dunn at first, but he wears number 7. He gets out there, helps block, and Marsters moves the chains as they take it out to the 47, a pickup of 7 on the ground for Marsters. He's got the 1 fumble, but he moves the chains here. First down and 10 from the Roseburg 47. Give it to Eckel up the middle. Wide open gap. Ends up running into the middle. He gets across the 50. They'll put him right down at midfield. Pickup of 3 for Eckel on his second carry of the night. Had a great night last week. Was very slippery. Summit had the hard time bringing him down. Averaged 6.2 yards per carry. Had a long of 37. Was lacking the breakaway speed to finish that run off, but he still did rumble quite a way as he sets up to the right of Marsters. Again, it's Valu on the right side. He'll be a blocker as Marsters tucks it in right away. Carries it across into Mountain View territory, but only picks up a yard. And it's going to make it third down and long. The ball at the 49. They've got to get it to the 44. 5 yards to pick up here. Actually, it's a long 5 yards, closer to 6. At midfield, Valu to the right again. Some press coverage out on the far side. Duper got open. They go with the deeper route. It is Dominic Tatone. Did he hang on to it? The call is yes, he did. He gets it out to the 40. He'll move the chains. The pass a little low, but it does make it to the 40-yard line. Pickup of 9 on the pass completion. And Tatone gets his first catch of the night. They move the chains. First down, Roseburg on the left hash mark, marching into Mountain View territory. Eckel gets it, and it's stripped out of his hands. He'll get back on it, tries to run, but he is taken back. They'll put him at the 46 as where they're going to give him his forward momentum. In the backfield, I believe Peyton Carroll stripping the football out of the hands of Caden Eckel, but he was able to get back on it. And so the run play loses yardage back to the 46. Loss of 6 for Eckel. And it's second down and 16. Tatone in motion, left to right, fumble on the snap, now trying to run. Marsters gets back to the line of scrimmage, picks up a yard, but that is it as Roseburg's offense getting a little discombobulated here, maybe a bit in their head here tonight. After a successful week last week playing a tough Mountain View team, and the Cougars disrupting this Roseburg offense early on. They get back to the 45, pickup of 1 for Marsters on the carry, and it's third down and 16. Have to get it to the 29, looking to pass. They'll set up the screen. Eckel is open. He slips one tackler, continues downfield. He'll get inside the 35. I think they'll mark him at the 34, and it could make it a manageable fourth down attempt coming up for Roseburg after the screen play. Eckel takes it to the 34. It's a pickup of 11 through the air. First catch of the season for Caden Eckel. The sophomore sets up to the right of Marsters. Twins to the right side. That's Klopfenstein out there with Tatone. Excuse me, not Tatone. That's Valu again. Twins to the left side as well. Fourth down and short. They go out into the flats. It's Eckel. He's wide open. He's got the first down and more inside the 15, and he's taken out at the 10-yard line. Coming in to make the tackle. It's Elijah McCourtney that'll take Eckel out of bounds, but Roseburg marches facing fourth down. They'll convert and set up first and goal at the 10-yard line. That's a pickup of 24 through the air. Eckel with a couple of catches on this drive. To the far side of the field, you've got Trips. In the slot is Klopfenstein. They look to the sideline. Klopfenstein, Tatone, Duper out there. It's still Valu on the near side. They check the wristband on the first down play inside the red zone. Roseburg looking to try and put points on the board with 4:57 to go in the first quarter. It's still scoreless. Running the option, it's going to be a keeper for Marsters. He made the first man miss, stretches for the pylon, and they'll say he steps out just at the 3-yard line. A carry of 7 yards for Marsters, was diving for that pylon. Almost got it, knocks it over as he stretched out with the football. But it brings up second down and goal from the 3, Roseburg. Trailed 7-0 last week against Summit after the defensive touchdown, came back, tied the game, and led the rest of the way. Trying to take the lead here in the first quarter against Mountain View. 4:51 to play in the first. Eckel, fake handoff to him. Marsters keeper right up the middle. Touchdown, Roseburg! And the Indians will strike first with the touchdown run by Caden Eckel with 4:48 to go. Excuse me, touchdown run by Colton Marsters here with 4:48 to go in the first quarter. That was a 3-yard run And now out for the extra point. Here comes Eli Jacobs, who put all of his 3 attempts last week through, and he'll do it again here tonight. It is a 7-0 lead. Roseburg on top of Mountain View. We take a 30-second break and come back with the rest of your first quarter after this on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Back here in Hazy Bend at Mountain View High School, some big old puffy clouds off in the distance, but a light haze just hanging around as they continue to work their way out of the wildfire smoke here in Central Oregon. But things cleared up enough for us to be able to get tonight's game in, and Roseburg capitalizes early on a couple of big 3rd down and 4th down conversions. Colton Marsters, a 3-yard touchdown run to put Roseburg up 7-0. Kickoff is away. Jackson Bartlett puts it to the 6. The return man for Mountain View will take it up the middle, gets almost to the 20, stretches the football out. Dawson Gillespie there to make the tackle as Mountain View will get it to their own 20-yard line. Now, they started out their first drive in Roseburg territory. Now they've got 80 yards to try and go. Tonight's game brought to you by Dr. Lanson Randall. Open and accepting new patients. Call 541-378-6694. So Jacoby Moss will lead things out. The senior, 6'1", 175-pound quarterback, 3-year starter. Last week over 100 yards passing with 2 touchdowns. Was an all-Bend, all-city selection at quarterback and played in the Les Schwab game as a junior. One of the first people to get to do that with the pandemic. They opened it up to underclassmen this year. He'll pitch it to Williamson in the backfield, tries to stretch it out around the edge. He'll get there, but he's not going to get too far. Continued to try and bounce that and continue to bounce and bounce and bounce, but Roseburg's defense continued to pursue, and they give up minimal yardage on first down. They'll put the football out to the 23-yard line on the carry by Williamson. Only his second carry so far. It was 4 and out for Mountain View on their first drive. In Roseburg territory, could not convert on a 4th down attempt. They go as pressure up along the front line. Jumping is Roseburg's defense. Silas Kincaid at the defensive end position, falling for the hard count. Be an additional 5 yards on our first penalty of the night. We have not had many penalties here this evening. By that, I mean this is our first. A little redundant on that. Out to the 28-yard line on Roseburg's penalty. They'll go with the fullback. Blaine Causey will check in. Stepping back, couple of step drop, looking to pass. Now pressure coming, having to roll out to his right. Moss pointing, directing traffic. He's caught in the backfield, deep back at the 10-yard line. And Roseburg will come up with a huge sack.
Silas Kincaid with the tackle.
As all the way back, Silas Kincaid will get the sack. They'll put him all the way back to the 11-yard line. That is a loss of 17 for Moss. And he has gone backwards on 2 plays so far. And he sets up now 3rd down and deep for Mountain View. They'll spread out 3 targets to the near side of the field. Smith out there, along with Grayson Harms, and the 3rd receiver is Sam Larson. Long wait, stepping up in the pocket, looking to throw, has one-on-one coverage downfield, but overthrows it. Landon Duper in coverage against Jordan Kennedy, and that incompletion will stop the clock with 2:57 to go in the first quarter, and it'll force 4th down and a mile. 20 yards to try and pick up here for Mountain View, deep in their own territory. You got to expect the punt unit is coming out, and Roseburg's defense credit the guys up front putting the pressure on, not giving Jacoby Moss any chance to try and connect with his receivers. And the big sack by Silas Kincaid, the big play on that drive. It'll set up with their punter now in the end zone. Roseburg last week had a safety on a mishandled punt snap that got kicked out of the back of the end zone. Blaine Causey standing on the U on Cougars in the end zone. The return man, Carson Dunn, back at the Mountain View 48-yard line to return this punt. Roseburg could have good field position coming. Snap is good. The kick is away. Roseburg trying to block for Dunn. It's not a very deep punt. He takes it at the 39, makes one man miss, but he will not get to the 35. He picks up a couple of yards, but Roseburg will still have great field position. They should spot that one, I would think, closer to the 37, but I think they'll put him down. No, they will. The near side line judge is saying it's out at the 40, but on the far side they say down back at the 36. They give him the forward progress. So, yeah, they will reset it up at the the Mountain View 36-yard line. Roseburg with great field position on their third possession of the night with 2:46 to go here in the first quarter. They lead 7-0 here on the score and streaming with video at 541radio.com. Roseburg's offense on the field as the officials getting everything straightened here. I think they're trying to agree on where the ball should be spotted. I agree at the 36. That's where he made it to before about 8 black jerseys surrounded Carson Dunn and pushed him back about 6 yards. Valou and Kloffenstein out to the right side. There'll be blockers as Titone gets it on the end around, weaving through traffic. He gets inside the 30, and he's got a first down carry for a good yardage to make it second down and about 5. He gets it to the 29 is where they'll end up spotting him. That's a 7-yard carry for Titone, his second of the night on that end around. That's what he scored his touchdown on last week. Eckel in the backfield to the left to Marsters. Valou to the short side of the field. Kloffenstein, Titone, and Duper out to the left side. Marsters hands it off. Eckel makes a cut up the middle, slips the tackler, and he's almost taken down on top of the Cougar paw at the 25-yard line. He'll fall just shy out at the 26. A pickup of 3 on the ground for Caden Eckel. And Roseburg will have third down in inches. They've got to get the football just on the other side of the 26. You cannot get any closer than that. I'm surprised they didn't measure. It's third down. Definitely 4-down territory, you would assume, for Roseburg. Marsters going to give it to Eckel. He just followed the big bodies up front. He should have the first down. He crosses the 25 down to the 23, I think. It's hard here on this natural turf to necessarily see exactly where all the yard markers are on the far side of the field. They spot him down to the 23-yard line. Eckel moves the chains again, a 3-yard carry, and Roseburg with a fresh set of downs with 1:15 and counting here in the first quarter, trying to add to a 7-0 lead on top of Mountain View. In shotgun, Marsters moves to Tone. Now pass it out. Valou has it. He'll go upfield, gets cut. Going right for the knees, taking him down. Elijah McCourty will make the tackle just short of the 20-yard line. Valou, on his first catch of the season, will take it to the 21-yard line to pick up a 2.
Kyle Valou. It'll bring up a 2nd and 7.
Second down. And about 7 to go here. Clock down under 30, or down a minute. A pass out in the flats to Duper. He had to go down low to make the catch, but he got up, and now flags coming out everywhere at the end of that play. Duper had the carry inside the 10-yard line, down to possibly the 5, but we'll have to wait and see what these penalty flags are about. They came out back away from the play. It was definitely good for the first down, and it took it down to the 5, but we'll wait on the call from our officials here tonight. There's 29 seconds to go here in the first quarter with Roseburg driving. Our white hat tonight, Terry Cashman, Travis Bryan, Dave Curfew, Mike Durr, and Steve Quick are our officials tonight from the Central Oregon Football Officials Association. And it looks like this is going against Roseburg. They're explaining things to head coach Brian Crum in his 10th year at Mountain View. A 56-33 record. Explaining to him his options here. Dave Heiberger on the other side in his 6th year. Trying to get in on the conversation. It is a penalty against Roseburg. They declined that one. There's 2 penalties against Roseburg. And they're going to take one of the 2.
And the penalty on the play will push it back to 25-yard line.
So they'll put it back to the 25 after the penalty. So Roseburg's second penalty of the day. So we'll end up losing about 4 yards on that. 2nd down and 12. Setting up the screen again. Eckel has it. He's got wide open territory to the 15, down to the 10. Pulled down from behind. A penalty flag out for the horse collar tackle. It's Mason Ludwig that makes the tackle at the 8-yard line. And so that'll take it all the way down to the 8. That would be a pickup of 17 through the air. And they should, yeah, it's a horse collar tackle, so they will add on to it at the very end. Are getting word that it may not be Kyle Valou wearing number 7. Our rosters haven't been updated. It might be Hayden Horton, who I had wearing number 88 last week, but now he's not on the roster at number 88 anymore, so may have had some number changes going on there. We'll see if we can try and find out here at some point before things get too far. It is 1st and goal for Roseburg down at the 5-yard line after the penalty. Caden Eckel right into the end zone. Touchdown, Roseburg. They rumble down the field, and they will score with 6.5 to go in the first quarter.
Touchdown, Roseburg.
Caden Eckel with his 3rd touchdown of the season, this time from 5 yards out. That's his shortest of the year, and it comes with 6.5 to play. Here in the first quarter, Roseburg on top now 13-0. Out to make the kick, Eli Jacobs. A right-footed kicker, the placement by Dominic Tatone. Kick is up and through, and Roseburg's on top 14-0. 5-yard touchdown run from Caden Eckel puts Roseburg on top by 2 scores. And for those watching online, I think this is that run. Trying to do the replays here. Yep, there it was. Caden Eckel right into the end zone from 5 yards out. That is his 3rd touchdown of the season. And Jacobs with the kick. Roseburg leading 14-0. Great start here in the first quarter. 6.5 to play. 6.5 seconds to play. Mountain View has not come out of their huddle here for the kickoff return, as their coaches trying to get the message across. So the kickoff coming here. Bartlett will get a high pooch kick down to the 25. A sidestep of the defender, and Eli Smith will set up. Excuse me, that's Jordan Kennedy on the return. Sets up Mountain View. Pretty good field position here with less than a second left to go in the first quarter. They will put the return out to the 43-yard line is where they'll end up spotting that. So it's 1st and 10 Mountain View with 0.9 seconds to go here in the first half. 14-0 Roseburg on top. Today's game brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? So far, Mountain View without a first down in this ball game. Set up with one target either side. I formation behind, Moss under center. They go jumbo package, try to confuse, and it's a counter going back to the left for Williamson. That'll run out the first quarter, and he picks up about 2 on the carry. It'll be 2nd down and 8 when we come back for the second quarter. Right now, Roseburg leading 14-0 on top of Mountain View. Back after this 60-second break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I'm Amelia Snow. I work in the intensive care unit at Mercy Medical Center in Roseburg. I have seen the terrible damage COVID has done to my patients and their families. Without a vaccine, people of all ages can get very sick, even if they were perfectly healthy before they had COVID. The COVID vaccine is safe and effective and will reduce your risk of getting so sick you wind up at Mercy Medical. Get vaccinated, and I won't have to see you in the ICU.
Come back for the start of the second quarter. First play for Mountain View, facing 2nd down and 8, and they get trapped in the backfield. Williamson frustrated tonight as he loses yardage, and it'll make it 3rd down for Mountain View as we welcome you back here to Mountain View High School in Bend. Roseburg leading right now 14-0 as we start this second quarter. Back to the 40-yard line on the tackle for loss for Roseburg. That is a loss of 5 on that carry by Williamson, who had over 200 yards last week and 4 touchdowns. He's got 1 yard on 4 carries so far. Mountain View with the football. They're on their own half of the 50 at their own 40. And whistles before the play. It's a delay of game going to be coming from the back judge. And that'll back him up even more. First penalty flag of the night for Mountain View. That'll be a 10-yard penalty for him there. Sorry, a 5-yard penalty. Back to their own 35. We did get confirmation. The roster we had printed had number 7 is Kyle Valou. It is actually Hayden Horton. So Hayden Horton with some big plays there early on in that first quarter. Right now, Roseburg's defense on the field trying for another punt forced for Mountain View. They try to set up a screen. It's read perfectly, and they read that one. It's knocked right out of the hands of the intended receiver. Dawson Gillespie coming up to make the stop for Roseburg. The incompletion stops the clock with 10:54 to go here in the first half. 3rd straight incompletion for Jacoby Moss, and Roseburg will force Mountain View into another punt situation. The punter, Blaine Kazi, back at his own 20. Last time he was punting from his own end zone. Carson Dunn back at his own 32-yard line to try and get Roseburg some good field position here as they try to add to a 14-0 lead in the first half. Heading to sunset here. High snap, but able to pull it in. Kazi will get the kick away. Decent kick. And backed up to the 30, a fair catch called for by Carson Dunn. So another punt forced by Roseburg. Their defense has not given up a first down so far. Last week didn't give up a score against Summit. Roseburg will have the ball at their own 31-yard line. Here in the second quarter, Roseburg football presented by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com. or give them a call at 541-459-1545. First possession of the second quarter for Roseburg. Offense comes out to Tone and Duper to the left of the formation. Out on the right side, it is Horton and Klopfenstein. Handed off up the middle, found the open spot on the blitz. Eckel breaking free, loses a tackler down the far sideline into Mountain View territory, and Roseburg is marching down the field again. That sophomore has been so elusive in this run game for Roseburg so far this season. He snaps off a big one there. He takes it from the Roseburg 31 across the 50 to the Mountain View 44. And that'll be a 25-yard run for Eckel. And it sets up 1st and 10 for Roseburg. In shotgun, Marsters, low snap, gets it to Eckel, going right side, finds the open spot. There's no one in front of him. He's to the 15, the 10, the 5, touchdown! Roseburg punches in another one. From the 44-yard line, a touchdown run by Eckel, and the Indians take a commanding 20-0 lead, leaving the Cougars shocked here at home here in the first quarter. First half of tonight's ball game. Eckel, his longest run of the season. And now it is Jacobs to try and put this one through to make it 21-0. The PAT. Kick is up. And it splits the uprights. And Roseburg's on top 21-0 over Mountain View with 10:29 to go in the first half. 2 plays. They go 69 yards. A 44-yard touchdown run for Caden Eckel. And that will... That is quite the stunning start here tonight for this Roseburg team. Eckel tonight, with that 44-yard run, he is up to 79 yards on the evening. Again, last week hit 149, as there's a player going to the locker room for Mountain View. And it's a number I don't have on our roster, number 76, headed to the locker room, one of the linemen there for Mountain View. Last week, 149 yards on the ground for Caden Eckel. That was the first 100-yard rushing game since 2019 for Roseburg. He may have back-to-back 100-yard rushing games here this season if he keeps it on this pace. 10:29 to go, first half. Roseburg leading 21-0. Bartlett will kick it, another high pooch kick down to the 30, taken there. Return man gets out to the far side of the sideline, goes out just beyond the 40. On the return, once again, was Jordan Kennedy. Sets up first down for Mountain View with 10:24 here in the second quarter. Oh, they don't give him the 40. They'll say he stepped out at the 38. So here comes once again the Mountain View offense, which has not been able to move the chains so far tonight. Roseburg sets up with their 4-man front. Outside linebacker on the near end. They'll send some pressure, actually going with a 5-man front as they go with that jumbo package this week. Lofted downfield and almost an interception for Carson Dunn, but he slipped on the natural turf and he couldn't, if he had kept his feet, that's a pick, easy. Instead, it sails just incomplete for Jacoby Moss. He is 1 for 5 on the night, but that was a duck downfield. And Carson Dunn was in position, but as he tried to plant to go up and jump for the ball and meet it at its high point, his cleat gave out on him, and he's limping a little bit. He's got a wrap around his right calf. He's staying in the game. But the senior, who last week had 4.5 tackles and a forced fumble, will still set up at his safety position. Second down and 10 for Mountain View. The I formation behind Moss. Fakes the handoff, looking to pass. Roseburg in coverage, penalty flag out. Moss nowhere to go, continues to scramble, backpedals, and he has a man open. He'll get it to Larson, the tight end, and he has enough for a first down, but there's a penalty flag back in the area of a possible hold. Larson got it all the way across the 50 to the 45, but I got a feeling this play will not stand. The way Moss was running back there, it's hard for an offensive lineman to be able to stay in front of the defensive guy. And I think somebody might have gotten caught grabbing at the jersey. We'll wait for the call here again from the Central Oregon Football Officials Association. Moss doing a nice job there of somehow eluding that defense as he continued to scramble and then finding an open man, but again, it will not come out to help out. A penalty flag sat at the 33-yard line. So it was 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and they'll lose 10 yards with the hold. So Mountain View moving back, a costly penalty for them there. They go back to their own 23, negating what would have been a huge play for the Cougars, who are needing some positive momentum here in the first half. 21-0 your score. Roseburg in front under 10 minutes of play in the first half. Second down and 25. Causey, the fullback, in front of Williamson, the tailback. They'll pitch it to him, running to the right side. Out there, Kloffenstein waiting, and there's just nowhere to go. Roseburg's defense has been extremely disciplined, and they are stacking up against the run, and they're just not giving much room for Williamson to try and find any running lanes up front. And he gains just 2 yards on the carry, making it third down and 23. Student section here at Mountain View High School, all on their feet down to our left, looking for something to cheer for here tonight. The Cougars facing third down and 23. Ball on the right hash mark. Under center is Moss with one back behind him. Trips to the left side of the formation. Clock ticking down. He'll get the snap off. They just run it up the middle. Williamson trying to escape. He did slip through one tackle, but will not escape anymore. Got held up at the line, slipped through an ankle tackle, but the rest of Roseburg's defense got there, and the draw play on third and long will not work for the Cougars. They get it out to the 32. It was a pickup of 7, but it's still fourth and long. The punt unit back out, and Roseburg continues to hold Mountain View's offense in check. Causey out there, making sure he's got all of his guys with him. We'll see. Roseburg doesn't look like they're going to try and send a lot of pressure on this punt. Only a few down linemen up there. They go heavy with the block for Carson Dunn, who sets up back at his own 33. The punt guard, the snap goes over the top of Causey's head. He'll pick it up. It's blocked into the end zone. That football rolling to the back line. And it's a safety. Roseburg with a second safety in as many weeks. They will add 2 points to their total. They couldn't quite collect it before it went across the end line at the back of the end zone, but Roseburg adding 2 will now lead 23-0. And that'll be a safety for Roseburg as they went chasing that one down, and I didn't get quite the replay just in time. So Roseburg, the snap goes over the head of the punter, and they are able to collect at least chase that ball down before Mountain View had any chance to try and do anything to avoid the safety. And it has just not gone the way of the Cougars here in the first half. So a safety on the bad snap for the punt. Roseburg on top, 23-0, with 8:02 to play here in the first half. So it'll be a kick from deep in their own side here. They'll spot it up at the 20-yard line. 15 yards back from where they normally kick off, and Roseburg with the points will have a chance to get the ball back here and have a chance to try and add on in the first half. Roseburg winning last week 23-7 against Summit at Cottage Grove High School. Last week, Mountain View won 42-22 at Century. They had a long road trip. The kick is away. Good deep kick, angled towards the sideline. It'll be taken at the 31. Up the sideline, room to run, and across the 50 into Mountain View territory for Logan Kloffenstein. A full head of steam. He took it into the kick return or kick coverage team by Mountain View and sets up Roseburg on the Cougars' half of the field. And so Roseburg will have the football at the Mountain View 42-yard line. with 7:57 to go here in the first half. A timeout down on the field taken by Mountain View, their first of the first half. Gives us a second to remind you that tonight's contest is sponsored by B&D Meats. Whether it's for one or for many, B&D Meats in Winston has you covered. And by Tim's Appliance and Mattress at the corner of Lane and South Stevens in Roseburg. 0% financing is always available. Well, tonight a full slate of high school football going on around the Umpqua Basin. Roseburg here at Mountain View. Oakland and Sutherland, the battle for the Union Gap going on there at Sutherland High School. Dan Bain with the coverage of that one on I-101 FM. Sutherland and Oakland kicking off at 7 o'clock. South Umpqua at home tonight, their home opener. They welcome in Pleasant Hill. Glide is at Lowell this evening. Days Creek travels to St. Paul. That's the home opener, or the season opener for Days Creek tonight. And Camas Valley hosting Lost River this evening. Also six-man football going on today. Elkton was hosting Powers at 4 this afternoon. Yoncalla welcomes in Riddle. If you've got any scores you'd like to pass along, hit us up on the 541 radio app and let us know some scores from other games around the Umpqua Basin. We'd love to hear them. Roseburg out there with the football, leading 23-0. First play run, right side, Marsters. Somebody grabbed the jersey, couldn't pull him down. He's got a first down carry and more. And the Roseburg offense continues to just bulldoze this Mountain View defense. And Marsters moves the chains as he takes it down. They'll spot the football at the 28-yard line. So carry there of 14 yards on the run by Marsters. He'll give it to Eckel this time on the option play. And Eckel just right into the teeth of that defense. And he takes them all the way down to the 20. And that is a pickup of 8. And Roseburg is just doing about whatever they want to right now against this Mountain View defense. They cannot hold them in check. Last week, Mountain View was ahead 21-0 in the first quarter and 35-6 at halftime over Century. In shotgun, Marsters checking the wristband. Eckel will move to his left, trips to the left side, Stachter, Tatone, and Kloffenstein. Duper all alone. That is Horton on the right side all alone. They give it to Eckel. He slips a tackle. He's into open territory. He's got another one. Another touchdown run for Caden Eckel here in the first quarter. Make it the first half of tonight's football game. And this one from 20 yards out. His third of the night. And Roseburg is rolling. On top now, 29-0. And I think Mountain View is just absolutely stunned by how this first half has happened. Eckel slipped through the first guy. He just got his arms around him, and that was not enough. And then he made a couple of great jukes and just sprints to the end zone. The PAT kick is good. Eli Jacobs remains perfect on the season. It is 29-0. And right now, Roseburg is rolling. We'll go ahead and take a 30-second break, and we'll come back as Caden Eckel rumbles in from 20 yards out, and he puts the Roseburg Indians on top big over Mountain View here tonight. We'll come back after the 30-second break here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza. Made with only the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Back here at Mountain View High School, the kickoff. Mountain View will get position at their own 27-yard line. 28-yard line, it looks like, is where they will set this one up after a short return. Roseburg on top, 30-0. What a run it has been here in this first half. Can Mountain View put together any sort of return? With still a lot of time left in this football game. Still 6:48 to go here in the second quarter. 3 backs in the backfield, the quarterback in shotgun. Moss dropping back to throw. They're going to try and spread things out a little bit. He goes on the out route to the near sideline and just through the hands of the intended target, Jordan Kennedy. Incomplete there. He had the man open, just threw it a little too high. Now 1 for 6 for 1 yard on the night for Jacoby Moss, the 3-year starter, an all-city selection last year. Last year, Mountain View played pretty much only against Central Oregon teams. They did get a game in against Aloha, but they played against Bend twice. They played against Summit twice last year. Went 6-0. They were one of 4 teams in the 6A classification to go undefeated last year. But they are trailing 30-0 against Roseburg here tonight. 6:43 to play in the first half. Again, the fullback and the running back in the backfield. Along with them, Moss in shotgun. High snap. He had to pull it in quick, and he is just trapped. Nowhere to go. Tiger Black going to be one of the big bodies to pull him down. It's a team sack for Roseburg. A difficult snap for the quarterback, and he just had nowhere to go as the defensive line was on him immediately, and Roseburg's defense continues to be suffocating. The ball will go back to the 22-yard line. That's a loss of 6 for Moss, who has only gone backwards tonight. And still, if I'm not mistaken, still no first downs in this game for Mountain View. Roseburg showing a lot of pressure up at the line. Backing off are Gillespie and Klopfenstein. In the middle, Steinacre, that linebacker. They're going to run it, go with the option, juking out one defender, now making the pitch. Williamson cuts back, stutter step, upfield across the 30, but he's short of the first down after the sack. He'll get out to the 33-yard line maybe, 32. It's a pickup of 10. Sayer Williamson with a 10-yard carry, but it's still third down, and they've got make it fourth down and about 5 yards to try and pick up here. The ball's at the 32. They need 6 yards. They got to get it to the 38, and it looks like the offense, down 30-0, going to stay on the field in their own territory. In shotgun with the fullback, Kazi to his left. Moss with Williamson to a yard behind him. Calls out the defense, who tried to get him to jump, and Roseburg stays on side, and a timeout going to be taken by Mountain View. They went out there looking to try and pull Roseburg offside, and Roseburg disciplined enough to stay on. We'll go ahead and take a 30-second break here with 5:07 to go in the first half. Roseburg on top, 30-0. This is Roseburg football on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. With 5:07 to go here in the first half, Mountain View back out after their own timeout. Will they elect to try and go for it again, or do they send the punt unit back out for another time? They've not moved the chains. They try to convert on fourth down. If they're going to go for it, it's fourth down on a long 5. Roseburg football tonight brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Contact their travel experts for your travel plans, 672-5701. They leave the offense on the field. In shotgun is Moss. Got to watch the hard count. They snap it, looking to pass. Going downfield, and it's off target, intended for Sam Larson. He was calling for it immediately. Even before his break, he was throwing up his hand, asking for the football, but it was off target, and it is a turnover on down, second of the game for Mountain View, and they will give Roseburg the football deep in their own territory with 5:03 to go. A risky proposition, but down 30-0, you got to think they figured they have to try and get some sort of offense going. But if you don't convert there, you get this situation. Roseburg's got the ball deep in your own territory, and their Mountain View's defense has not been able to stop this Roseburg offense. Leading 30-0. Eckel, the deep man behind Marsters, trips to the right side. Tatone out there in the slot. Turn and hand it to Eckel. Why not? He's been racking up the yardage. He gets to the 30. From the 32, he'll pick up the 2 yards there. Already on that last touchdown run by Caden Eckel, he went over 100 yards on the night. Back-to-back 100-yard rushing nights for the sophomore, a star in the making. He was our player of the game in Week 1, also named this week's News Review Player of the Week for Douglas County. He sets up to the right of Marsters looking to pass, goes out into the flats, caught by Tatone, wants to turn it upfield. He makes one man miss, got to the 25. Still on his feet, still pushing the pile. Roseburg will move the chains on the second effort down to the 20 by Dominic Tatone. It'll be a pickup of 10 through the air.
Colton Marsters pass complete to Dominic Tatone.
They do spot it just on the other side of the 20. Tatone, his second catch of the night. He's got 19 yards. 7 for 8 through the air for 68 yards for Colton Marsters so far tonight. He does not have a passing touchdown yet this year. Roseburg's done it all on the ground. 5 rushing touchdowns by Caden Eckel so far, and we're only through a game and a half. Not even yet. Marsters going to keep it here. He runs left side. He gets into a pile down to the 15, and he stumbles forward. He'll go down inside the 15-yard line, down to the 13. Marsters a 7-yard keeper. His 8th carry of the night. He does have the 1 turnover on the fumble early on the first drive of the game for Roseburg, but since then it has been all Roseburg. Up the middle, goes Eckel, makes one cut, back to his left, inside the 5, and he is taken down short of the goal line, down to about the 3. And holy smokes, that young man is a runner. It'll be 1st and goal for Roseburg. 3:08 and counting. They put him down to the 4-yard line. Pickup of 9 for Eckel. And Roseburg's just riding the young sophomore here in the first half. He sets up in the backfield. Trips to the left side. Fake it. No, give it to Eckel. Slips through the tackle, and he's in. Once again, it is his 3rd rushing touchdown. Make it his 4th rushing touchdown here in the first half. This time it comes from 4 yards out. And now Jacobs out there for the PAT once again. Late man on for Roseburg after the 3-yard touchdown run for Caden Eckel. PAT is good, and Eli Jacobs continues. He is perfect from the kicking position. Makes it 37-0 here in the first half. There's 2:48 to go. An action-packed first half. 4 rushing touchdowns for Caden Eckel so far. Also a touchdown run by Colton Marsters, his first of the season on the ground. Now at 122 yards for Caden Eckel on 13 carries. So with 122, he's at 271 yards through a game and not even a full half. Averaging 9.3 yards a carry. 9.4 if you round up. Holy smokes. Caden Eckel, the sophomore, is having a heck of a start to his first varsity season. Roseburg will kick the ball away, going right to left. In the white tops. The kickoff from Bartlett goes a little deeper this time, back to the 15-yard line. The return man for Mountain View got to the 25 and then got taken down hard. A defender comes flying in.
Jordan Kennedy with the return.
And he will take down Jordan Kennedy. Mountain View with it. 2:43 to go in the first half. They've got the ball back at their own 32. And, their own 27-yard line. Should make note, last week, Roseburg's defense, no offensive touchdowns allowed. They didn't allow Summit inside Roseburg's 35-yard line with the offense last week. The one touchdown came on a defensive fumble recovery. Go on a pass out to Kennedy. That's a nice completion there for Jacoby Moss, who had not had a completion since his first pass attempt of the game. Now 2 for 7, so he gets it out to the 35.
With the tackle.
It's a pickup of 8.
Jordan Kennedy brings the pass in from Jacoby Moss.
Make it second down and 2. With 2:17 and going, Roseburg's defense trying to sharpen up here and see if they can keep it without giving up a first down in the first half. That would be one heck of an accomplishment. They set up with that jumbo front, 5 guys up on the line. Mountain View moves a player to the left side, a wing player. They pitch it to go left of the formation. Trapped in the backfield, Williamson cut down to the line of scrimmage. He ended up stretching as he was going down. He'll come up just shy of the 35-yard line. So really no gain on the run, and it's third down and 2, a long 2. A long 2 to try and pick up here for the Cougars. And if they went for it on fourth down and long last time, you got to imagine this is 4 down territory for them here. They'll have 2 tries to try and pick up these final couple of yards to move the chains for the first time tonight. 1:24 and counting. 1 target all alone to the near side. Covered by Eli Jacobs, who had an interception last week. That is Kennedy. I formation behind Moss in shotgun, turns and gives it to Williamson across the line of scrimmage. He's short of the line to gain, I thought, but they may give him a favorable spot. That ball gets out to the 37. And what's the call here? They're winding the clock, 1:03, so they're not going to give him the first down, I don't think. Yeah, it's just shy. It's going to be fourth down. No, they moved the chains. So it's a first down for Mountain View. They get it to the 37, their first down of the night. It comes with just about a minute to go in this first half. I formation again for Moss, dropping back, looking to pass. Goes out to Kennedy, and in coverage, Eli Jacobs all over Jordan Kennedy. The pass a bit high, and he could not haul it in. Clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. You had Kennedy going on the quick post route to the corner, to the sideline. Streaking down the seam was the tight end, Sam Larson, who was set up on the right side of the formation. So for the first time tonight, Mountain View does not go 3 or 4 and out on the possession. This has been a dominating first half for Roseburg's football team. 33 seconds to go, second and 10. Fake the pitch, now nowhere to go with it. Moss caught in the backfield, and 3 white jerseys there to bring him down. He has just been absolutely punished tonight. He gets sacked back to the 30-yard line, a loss of 7 on the play, and Mountain View might just be content to let this first half run out. Another sack, a loss of 7. Mountain View will get the ball to start the second half after deferring on the opening coin toss. And the first half is coming to an end. We go to the halftime break. Roseburg leading 37-0 on top of Mountain View. A long road trip to Bend is paying off for the Indians. We'll wait and see how Roseburg can handle the second half, but they've got a big lead to work with. And Roseburg will head to the locker room. We'll take it all in, and we will break it down for you. At the halftime break, it's 37-0. Roseburg in front We'll come back and look at your first half statistics and get you a recap of the first half, plus try and find any scores to report to you as we go to the halftime break. I'm Joey Kieran. You're listening to Roseburg High School Football. Back with the halftime show after this 2-minute break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
At halftime, Roseburg leads 37-0 on top of Mountain View in their first true road game of the season. Welcome into our halftime show, everybody. Tonight's game is sponsored by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family because they are family. It has been a dominating first half of football for Roseburg as they lead 37-0 on top of Mountain View. In the first half, Roseburg fumbled on their first possession of the game. It was 3rd and long, and looked like Mountain View was going to get some positive momentum. Colton Marsters running the ball, trying to convert on 3rd down. He had a pretty nice little seam, but ended up getting the ball stripped out of his hands. The ball was recovered by Mountain View, but they would go 4 and out and turn the ball over on downs at the Roseburg 33-yard line as they got the ball at the Roseburg 33 and really couldn't move it. Roseburg would then march down the field going 67 yards, capping it off on a 3-yard touchdown run by Caden Eckel. The kick by Eli Jacobs was good. It was 7-0 Roseburg with 4:48 to go in the first quarter. Caden Eckel got his first touchdown run of many in the first half with 6.5 seconds to go in the first half. He ran it in from 5 yards out to put Roseburg on top 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. In the second quarter, Roseburg continued to add to their lead. They would get another touchdown run by Eckel, this time from 44 yards out, as he would put Roseburg on top 21-0. A safety once again for Roseburg on a poor snap near the end zone by Mountain View. Got another 2 points for Roseburg. They led 23-0 with 8:02 to go in the first half. Then Eckel adds his 3rd touchdown run of the first half, 20 yards out. He scores to make it 30-0 with 6:55 to go in the first half. A turnover on downs by Mountain View gave the ball back to Roseburg deep in Mountain View territory at the 32-yard line, and took 5 plays Caden Eckel had his 4th touchdown run of the first half from 4 yards out to make it 37-0. Mountain View in the first half with just 1 first down, and it came on their last possession of the first half. They'll get the ball to start the second half, looking to try and get the offense rolling like it was last week when they ended up with over 300 yards of offense. Here tonight, it has been extremely limited. We'll come back after another quick break here from Mountain View High School. Another 2-minute break as we get some individual statistics for you when we come back. Joey Kieran here with you from Mountain View High School. Roseburg leading big, 37-0. You're watching Roseburg football on 541radio.com and listening right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
As a doctor, I kept myself safe from COVID by following all the proper protocols. Then I visited my family, and we all got COVID. I debated getting the vaccine since I gained the COVID antibodies. I changed my mind because I learned the antibodies may not offer full protection. But getting the vaccine after COVID can help prevent you from getting sick again. It also lowers your risk of getting someone else sick. So whether you've already had COVID or you're still unvaccinated, please get the vaccine.
Back here at halftime, Roseburg leading 37-0 on top of Mountain View here at Mountain View High School in Bend. Tonight's game sponsored by Flyaway Travel and by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. And by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning. Get 0% financing for 72 months on approved credit now at Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning. Stick around here for the post-game show where we will recap tonight's game. We will also name our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. The Player of the Game is awarded a $50 gift certificate to Mountain Mike's Pizza there on Harvard by Roseburg High School. Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be. Well, first half statistics. Let's start with Roseburg, the visiting team here tonight. Unofficial stats from the first half. Colton Marsters through the air, 7 for 8, 68 yards. 3 catches for Caden Eckel out of the backfield, 52 yards there. 2 catches for Dominic Tatone, 19 yards. 1 catch for Hayden Horton. And 1 catch for Landon Duper. Unfortunately went backwards for a negative 5 yards. On the ground, though, it has been a big game for Roseburg. 122 yards on 13 carries for Caden Eckel. He has 4 rushing touchdowns in the first half. Colton Marsters had 43 yards in the first half on 8 carries. He does have 1 fumble and a touchdown. Dominic Tatone, 2 carries for 12 yards. In the first half for Mountain View, 2 for 8 through the air for Jacoby Moss. He's got 9 yards total. 1 completion to Jordan Kennedy for 8 yards and 1 completion to Sam Larson for 1. On the ground, Sayer Williamson went for 200 yards and 4 touchdowns last week. He's got 22 yards on 9 carries. And Jacoby Moss has been sacked a number of times. He has lost 32 yards on the ground. It's been a big defensive performance by Roseburg in the first half of this one. And we'll see what they have in store for us coming up in the second half here tonight. Hey, don't forget, coming up this weekend, we have got college football. Tomorrow, a big showdown in Columbus, number 12 Oregon at number 3 Ohio State. They kick off at 9 o'clock here on the West Coast, and you can tune in to catch that game on News Radio 1240 KQEN. Pregame coverage starts at 7 a.m. As for the Oregon State Beavers here on the Score, they take on Hawaii in their home opener tomorrow night. They kick off at 8 o'clock. It'll be a 6 o'clock pregame show here on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. And then coming up this weekend, don't miss out on the NFL action. It's our opening weekend of NFL football. The Pittsburgh Steelers take on the Buffalo Bills to kick off our triple header on Sunday morning. They kick that game off just around 10, but our NFL specific coverage gets started at 8 o'clock. We've got your fantasy football focus, so you can get ready to go for your fantasy lineup starting at 8. And then we've got plenty of coverage all the way up to kickoff for Pittsburgh and Buffalo. Following that, our second game of the triple header is the Green Bay Packers at the New Orleans Saints. And then our Sunday night football game is Chicago at Los Angeles, the Bears taking on the Rams. It's our NFL triple header, our first of the season, coming up here on the Score on Sunday. Second half of football coming up here in just a few. We'll take our final break of the halftime show, and when we come back, we'll take a look at keys to the second half and see if we can dig up any scores of note from high school football here on this Friday night. Roseburg leading 37-0 on top of Mountain View. We'll come back after a 60-second break. This is Roseburg football on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Welcome you back here at Mountain View High School, where Roseburg is leading 37-0 at halftime. The teams will be coming back out of the locker room here in just a few. Before we take a look at maybe some of the second half thoughts for both of these teams, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg football on the Score. Well, the fans are having a good time singing to YMCA here tonight, but unfortunately, the home team is not giving them much to cheer about as Mountain View trails 37-0 against Roseburg, who looks to go to 2-0 for the first time since 2019. I was just scanning through Twitter, and one score I did of a game of note I did find. Tonight, Sheldon is hosting Grant in Eugene, and Sheldon leading 28-13 at halftime on top of the Grant Generals. So there's a Southwest Conference score for you. Well, Roseburg, not a lot of adjustments probably needed. Just keep doing what they're doing. Their defense has been stout, and their offense has been lights out. For Mountain View, obviously, you got to come out of the locker room with a little bit of fire in your belly. There were some times where it looked like maybe they were kind of letting Roseburg do what they wanted to. They were feeling a little down for themselves with the way this game has worked out, so got to find a little bit of momentum here in this second half, and you're going to have to create it yourself, trailing 37-0. Here's one interesting note that I thought of. I kind of was thinking about this leading into tonight's game. So Roseburg could go to 2-0 on the season and win their third consecutive game. They finished last season winning against Springfield and have now won one game so far, looking to win their second game, and they're on top big here at halftime. If they can go to a 3-game winning streak, it's kind of an interesting trend here. Roseburg won 3 games in a row back at the start of the 2019 season. Roseburg had ended the 2018 season with a win, won their first 2 games of 2019, including a win over Mountain View. They had won 3 straight, spanning 2 different seasons. Then they went on to lose their next 11 straight games. Roseburg started that season 2-0 and didn't win a game the rest of the year. Now they snapped that 11-game losing streak with that win against Springfield to finish last season. They've won 2 straight here, or they're looking to win 2 straight here, and they've got a second half to play still on top 37-0. But if they do so, they're hoping then that they don't go on to lose another 11 straight like they did last time. They had gotten to a 3-game winning streak on a season. So we'll see. Second half action is going to be coming up here for us as we get ready. The team's back out there on the field. The lights are on, filling up the natural turf here at Mountain View High School. And it was muggy earlier. It was kind of a muggy night here in Bend. The smoke in the air definitely wasn't necessarily helping any of that. But it's going to cool off quite a bit here tonight. Looking at 59 right now. In the booth, it's feeling nice and comfortable. Out there in the stands, I imagine people bundling up just a little bit. Looking at an overnight low around 52. And going to be kind of a cool weekend here in Central Oregon. I'll be sticking around to watch the Oregon Duck football game tomorrow morning with family here in the area, so looking forward to that. And a big shout-out to my father, Charlie Kieran, helping out with the video camera tonight. And that does remind me, I wanted to, while I had a moment here, to mention tomorrow, obviously a big day. It is the 20th anniversary of September 11th. And obviously a day that we will never forget, and a day that tomorrow will be commemorated just for the events that happened and the feelings surrounding it. But while we have a second, do want to say a big thanks to all of our first responders out there. Firefighters, policemen, paramedics, EMTs, the healthcare workers on the front line at our hospitals that are helping us through this pandemic right now. To everybody out there, every first responder that helps make sure that we're all at least hopefully staying safe. Thank you very much for the commitments you make. And that does include my own father, Charlie, who's here with me in the booth tonight, as well as my younger brother, Sam, both firefighters. And boy, I can't say how proud I am of the fact that I can say that about both of them. Much more prominent position than I'm at here as a guy that just talks for a living. But tomorrow, a day, obviously, that lives in infamy. And hopefully you take a moment to stop and just think about what that means as we reach our 20th anniversary of September 11th, a day that, for most of us, it's kind of weird to think about. The kids out there playing this game right now, none of them around when that happened, but for the rest of us, it's a day that we'll all remember exactly where we were when that happened. So just had thought about that driving over here, and yeah, it's going to be a day. Much like back in 2001 when that happened, sports helped get us through it, and tomorrow you're going to have plenty of great sports going on with that Oregon Duck game. Looking forward to that. And the Beavers, hoping that they get that first win of the season when they play at home there against Hawaii coming up tomorrow. All right, they got 12 minutes up on the scoreboard here as we get ready to start the third quarter. Roseburg will be kicking away right to left. The white tops, black pants. Coach Heiberger giving me the heads up. They're wearing black pants tonight because with the natural turf, he didn't want to have to try and wash out the grass stains coming up this weekend. So saving a little money on detergent because they're going with the black pants here tonight on the grass natural turf at Mountain View High School. Roseburg, white tops, black pants, kicking right to left. Black tops and the black pants for Mountain View. No grass stains for the Cougars with those dark jerseys. They'll be returning the ball left to right. They trail 37-0, getting the ball to start the second half. Roseburg has kicked short most of the time. Jackson Bartlett, the kicker. Right-footed kicker, puts his boot behind it, kicks it a bit deeper this time, back to the 10. It's taken there, up the gut. They're going to go on the return. Out to the 27. And not a bad return there by Elijah McCourtney.
With the return, takes the ball out to the 30-yard line.
And that is where things will set up out at the 30-yard line for Mountain View. Well, their offense, well, I had them down for, let's see, 9. I had them down for -1 yard in the first half with the multiple sacks taken by Jacoby Moss. So they're looking to get any sort of positive momentum here tonight. In shotgun is Moss, looking to his left. He'll pass out that direction quickly. It's caught, slipping a tackle, but stumbling forward. The receiver, Larson, will pick up good yardage on first down on the takedown. That was Dawson Gillespie out there in coverage. The senior linebacker had 4 tackles last week. The ball goes out to the 38-yard line. Mountain View looking with a little bit more hurry up here. Completion of 8 yards to Larson. In shotgun, Moss with a back to his left, looking to pass again. Had his man open for a second, tucks it down to run. He's got a first down. He's got some wheels. He'll sprint out of bounds at near the 50-yard line. I think they may put him out in Roseburg territory. No, right on top of midfield. A run to the 50. And look out, Mountain View, not happy with the first half. They are going to come out and look to do a little bit of something. Trying to show that their offense not as bad as it looked in the first half of this one. Almost 2 minutes ticked away, though, so far here in the third quarter already. At the 50-yard line, first down and 10. Second first down of the game, going way downtown. That ball well overthrown on the run. Jacoby Moss airs it out and sailed that one out of bounds, intended down the near sideline to Jordan Kennedy. Second down and 10 with 9:37 on the clock. And I think the reason why it's gone down so fast, we've got a running clock. I thought we had to hit the 40 mark, but I guess 35, the running clock is going here in the second half. So Mountain View is going to have to do their work quickly if they want to get into this one. They go with the counter, and it is good out to the Roseburg 39-yard line. And it's Williamson on the carry. He got it to the Roseburg 39. So that'll be an 11-yard pickup on the ground for Williamson. 33 yards on 10 carries for him. 8:50 and moving. First down and 10. A couple of first downs on this drive for Mountain View. Go I formation. Moss, fumble on the play, picked up by Williamson. All he could do was jump on top of it. Moss pitching that one back to his fellow senior in the backfield, and Williamson, stone hands, knocked it to the turf and jumped right on top of it. Goes back to the 42. It'll be a loss.
Loss of 2 on the play, second and 12.
Loss of 2 on that one. Actually, loss of 3. Second down and 13. They'll pitch it to Williamson again, tries to stretch around the edge, and it's Steinacre coming up to finish him off. He had Gillespie in the backfield, got his hand on him. Actually, sorry, not Gillespie there. That was James Coleman that got a hand on him. But he held onto the jersey long enough to slow him up enough, and Steinacre came and finished him off. Good to see Braden Steinacre out there from the start of the season. Was dealing with an injury during fall camp, but got the start last week and continues out there today. The ball out to the 39-yard line, picking up the 3 yards lost, was Williamson. It's now third down and 9 yards to go. Pressure up into the pocket. Moss, he slips on the turf. He didn't know where to go with it as the pocket collapsed, and he scrambles back to the 41-yard line. He'll lose 2, and it's going to be fourth down for Mountain View. Quickly finding themselves in a fourth down situation, 4th and 11 to try and convert here. There's a sliver of an orange hazy moon off in the distance beyond the goal, the end zone that Mountain View trying to find so desperately to break this goose egg. 6:50 and counting here in the third quarter. Quick one with the running clock. We're already almost halfway through on the opening drive for the Cougars. 4th down and 11. They're going for it under center. Fake the pitch. Moss looking to pass. Pressure coming. Running out of the pocket. Back across the 50. Hucks it downfield. This ball's a jump ball. It's knocked down. Turnover on downs for the Cougars as nothing developed. And they will give the ball back to Roseburg on the opening possession. The clock's still running as Roseburg will get it with 6:21 to go. Here in the third quarter, they'll have it at the Roseburg 41-yard line. So the offense back onto the field for the Indians, leading 37-0 as the defense, well, they gave up a few more yards that time around, but they were able to stand stout and get the ball back in the offense's hands, where it has been a lot of Caden Eckel tonight. Colton Marsters doing a lot of damage as well. Eckel does start the second half to the right of Marsters. Near side, you've got Duper. In the slot, Kloffenstein. Tatone spread out wide to the right side of the field. Also on the near side in the slot is Tatone. It's Horton on the other side. Tatone going to try and get it on the end around. He tries to stretch it. Hurdles! Got up in the air, but taken down right around the line of scrimmage. So a run on the first play goes right back to the line. No gain for Tatone on his third carry of the night. We'll see if Roseburg tries to work in some other guys in here. I mean, obviously, they rode Caden Eckel in that first half with absolutely complete reason to do so. 122 yards on 13 carries and 4 touchdowns in the first half. The sophomore was outstanding. Do they try and mix in some of these seniors? On the near side, trips for Marsters. He'll turn, hands it off. Eckel up the middle, slips a tackle, running hard, and a penalty flag out at the end of the play as he got out across the 45, about to the 47. As it stands, it'd be a pickup of 6 and making it third down and manageable, but the penalty flag at the 45 might be in the area of a hold, as that's where that play was going, and the signal is it's a penalty against Roseburg. So to the 45, and then they walk it off from there. So it'll go back to the 35-yard line on the penalty. Makes it second down and a long 15 to go. Marsters in shotgun. Roseburg running their no-huddle offense. Sets up. Tatone moves in motion from left to right. Fake the handoff. Go on the quick slant to Duper. It was wide open, and he would have had some room to scurry downfield, but the pass too high for Marsters. Only his second incompletion. He's been extremely accurate this season. His first season as a quarterback, he was 16 of 19 in game 1 against Summit for an 84% completion rate. Right now he is 7 for 9 in this ball game. The clock still running, 3:30 to go. Roseburg facing third down and 15. Looking to pass again is Marsters. Pops out of the pocket, goes to Duper. Catch made at the 40, but then he backpedaled. They'll give him his forward progress, but still loses yardage from where he caught the ball, and it's not going to be enough to make it a decision here for Coach Heiberger. The pass completion goes to the 37, a pickup of 2 on the pass. And so a punt coming out, and this will be the first time tonight that we see Dawson Gillespie, the all-league punter from last year. Roseburg fumbled on their first possession. After that, they scored on every other possession. So the first time the punt unit comes out for Roseburg with 2:43 and counting in the third quarter. At the 26-yard line, Gillespie letting this clock run. Now sets up. Snap good. He goes with his rugby-style kick. A low line drive kick. Goes right to the return man. Upfield. Spin move out of a tackle. Then got sideswiped at the 47-yard line on Roseburg's half of the field. The return man for Mountain View running that football was Connor Crum, the sophomore. Nice spin move, but then as he came out of it, he got leveled. 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Mountain View with the football, running clock, but they will get it at Roseburg's 47-yard line. So nice return there for Mountain View. Gillespie had been averaging 34 yards netted on the punts coming into tonight, but that one, a good return, will hurt that average. Looking to pass, Moss goes near side, had his tight end there, and as the ball comes in, Eli Jacobs separates the ball from the receiver. Larson can't hang on. The senior was an all-city tight end last year for Mountain View. 6'3", 225. He's got those measurements that you'd like to see out of a big target. But he has been held quiet tonight, 9 yards on 2 catches. Nearing the 1 minute mark here in the third quarter, moving extremely quickly. In fact, there have been no timeouts and no scores, so this quarter is going to take all of 12 minutes exactly. So we're down to 53 and counting. Under center is Moss on 2nd down and 10. Roseburg looking like they're going to try and bring more pressure. Fakes the handoff, looking to pass, has time, goes deep downfield, has a man, and it's caught. Jordan Kennedy gets open on the seam route, and that'll move the ball down into the red zone for the first time tonight for Mountain View. In fact, it's the first time an opposing offense has gotten into the red zone against Roseburg. Roseburg's defense this season, and they take it all the way down to the 12-yard line. That is a pickup of 35 through the air. Will go down, I formation, hand it off. Williamson in the middle, tries to slip out. He will not get away as Roseburg sure tackling. And we are down to 10 seconds to go here in this third quarter. 35 yards on that completion to Kennedy. And the third quarter is going to come to an end. It'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 12-yard line when we come back. It's from the 12, actually. The run didn't go anywhere on that carry by Williamson. So we'll head to the fourth quarter. Roseburg leads 37-0, a running clock. This one moving quick in the second half. Back after this 60-second break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
I am a nurse.
A firefighter.
A college student.
A mother.
And I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready.
For every storm.
And disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors.
My family.
And my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Start of the fourth quarter. Mountain View with their best scoring opportunity, facing 2nd and 10 from the Roseburg 12. Jacoby Moss rolling out to his left, throws to a target to the goal line. Touchdown! The Cougars find the end zone. And scoring is Nick Hopper. A 12-yard touchdown pass. And Jacoby Moss will have his 3rd touchdown pass of the season to start out things here in the fourth quarter. Welcome you back. It is a 37-6 as the cannon gets fired for the Cougars. 37-6 your score. Roseburg on top big with the running clock here in the second half. The PAT kicker is Blaine Causey, right-footed kicker. The kick is up, and it's good. So Mountain View gets on the board. They cut the lead down to 30. It's 11:01 to go in the contest. We'll come back after a quick 30-second break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Well, finally on the board, the Mountain View offense. Roseburg will not be able to pitch the shutout here tonight. They still lead big, 37-7 here in this fourth quarter. Almost 1 minute ticked off. We have the running clock, and I guess I got to brush up on my running clock rules. There's not many times where I've had to use it for Roseburg football. Game's not usually getting this far out of hand, and so I'm not sure if we continue with the running clock here in the fourth quarter, and now that it's down to a 30-point lead, if it goes back to traditional. Kickoff is away inside the 10. Kloffenstein, the return man, tries to go left, got hit, but he slips out of the tackle, makes another cut, still on his feet. He's out to the 30 as he stays on his feet and will not go down. Now here come a lot of black jerseys. Mountain View feeling a little bit more enthused after getting the touchdown score, 12-yard pass from Jacoby Moss to Nick Hopper. But Kloffenstein, he had contact around the 20 and managed to get all the way out to the 32, I think is where they will, 32-yard line. Clock is running, so it looks like the running clock will continue for this fourth quarter. Roseburg's offense will come out. Marsters in the backfield still. And it's Knox Hubbard joining him back there as the running back. He moves Kloffenstein from right to left. They give it to Hubbard, and the senior, he slips a ton of tacklers. The would-be tacklers just waving at the ball carrier. Knox Hubbard didn't play football last year, decided that he'd come out this year, admitted to Coach Heiberger, yeah, I probably should have played last year. And Hubbard, in his first carry here in the second half, the senior, rumbling out to the 46-yard line. Pickup of 14, longest run of the night for Knox Hubbard. His first carry of the night and his longest run of the season. Last week he had 3 carries for 12 yards total. First down and 10 for Roseburg at their own 46-yard line. 9:23 and counting here in the fourth quarter. They lead 37-7. Marsters letting the clock tick down as they burn up the time. Hand it off. Running. It's Hubbard again, and this time stopped at the line. Couldn't elude the first tackler. Goes right back to the 45. They'll lose about 1 yard on that one. Under 9 minutes to go here. Coming up next week, Mountain View will have their first league game of the season. Actually, yeah, they will take on Sprague as they start getting back on their schedule, those Central Valley teams out of the Salem area that are on their league schedule. They'll be hosting Sprague next week for their first league game. Roseburg has a few more non-league games left on their schedule. 8:30 and counting. Man in motion is Kloffenstein. Give it to him. He tries to stretch around the end. He'll turn it upfield. Gets across the 50, still on his feet. A defender comes in and punishes him as he takes him to the turf at the Mountain View 49-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 6 on the ground for Kloffenstein, his first carry of the night. Roseburg will have third down. Got to pick up 5 yards for the first down. The clock down goes to 8:05. Next week, Roseburg's on the road again. Another long, about 3-hour road trip for them. They head to Beaverton to take on Southridge next week. This week staying with my mom and dad. Next week maybe I'll have to hit up my brother for a place to stay after that game. Snap goes to Marsters, a little confusion in the backfield. It goes to Hubbard, and even with the confusion, they're going to make this close to a first down carry. He needed to get across the 45. I think he just did, and I don't know if Hubbard's going to quite have enough for the first down. Maybe shy by a couple of inches. Looks like it'll be fourth down in less than a yard.
Hubbard with the carry takes the ball up to the 45-yard line.
Picked up 4 on the carry for Knox Hubbard. Herberger on the stop. The sophomore defensive end. Roseburg going to go for it on 4th and inches. Move to Tone in motion. Fumble in the backfield. Ball on the turf. And whether or not Roseburg got it or not, it's going to be a turnover here. They didn't have the timing down correctly. I said it was to Tone in motion. I believe it was done, actually. And so a turnover on downs for Roseburg at the 46. So a loss of 1.
1st and 10, Mountain View.
And a turnover on downs for Roseburg. Roseburg has not scored here in the second half, but the clock has been running, and so not really enough time for Mountain View really to scale this mountain that has been a 37-0 deficit at the end of the first half. They've gotten 1 score on the board, but now they will have the football in just about 6.5 minutes to go as they start out their own 46-yard line. In shotgun is Moss. The senior drops back, going to step up, and they'll try to throw it. He gets it away at the last minute as wrapping him up was Knox Hubbard, the linebacker, trying to get the sack. Just got it away in time, and a player down for Mountain View. They will stop the clock with 6:04. It's Sam Larson, the tight end, on the ground. He was immediately calling for help from the sideline. We'll go ahead and get in a break while we can. While the injury timeout, it looks like maybe just some cramping for Larson. Back after this quick 30-second break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Roseburg football taking on Mountain View. Sam Larson now getting up, just now getting up and walking to the sideline. Walking under his own power, but he is pretty stiff out there. Looking a bit like Frankenstein after the cramping. He did make the catch. The pass play took it out to the 50. It was a pickup of 4 through the air. Larson's 3rd catch of the night. He's got 13 yards. Offense up to the line for Mountain View. Clock now running again after the injury timeout. 5:50 to play in this ball game. Shotgun snap. Moss dropping back. Look like they're trying to set up the screen. Now he's got a man wide open, but he's got a little too much mustard on that one. Tries to zip it to Mason Ludwig. It was there for him. Ludwig wide open as they were setting up that screen, but the pass incomplete with a little bit too much on that one. It'll be 3rd down and 6 to go after the incompletion. 6 for 16 tonight for Jacoby Moss. Not the night the senior was looking to have. He'll set up under the center with the I formation behind him. Williamson, the deep back, and movement up front. It has not been an overly penalized game, but there have been some critical ones for both sides. And this one goes against Roseburg's defense with the jump up front. If I had to venture a guess, I would say Roseburg has been more heavily penalized in this one. But I'd say it's probably fairly even. It'll be not enough for a first down, so it'll be 3rd down and a yard as the ball goes to the Roseburg 45. So not that much needed here to keep the drive going for Mountain View. Under center is Moss. Pitches it to Williamson, caught in the backfield, stays on his feet though. Now Dunn comes up from the defensive secondary, and the safety will make the stop for a tackle for loss. And Carson Dunn drops him back to the 47. It'll be a loss of 2.
Around the right side, he's open a loss.
And that'll be a loss of 2 for Williamson. Dunn coming up with the big play. It'll be 4th down now and about 3 to try and convert here. And the offense, of course, will stay on the field with 3:40 left to go here in the ball game. Roseburg leading 37-7, and timeout going to be taken by Mountain View. Their first time out of the second half, and that will stop the clock with 3:34 to go. Let's go ahead and get in another quick break. Roseburg leading 37-7 on top of Mountain View. Back after this on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. The home fans trying to root on the Cougars, who are looking at 4th down and about 3. This game is almost in the books for Roseburg, looking to move to 2-0. They lead by 30 with 3 minutes and 34 seconds left to play. The 4th down attempt, Williamson up the middle, slips through enough. Gillespie and Hubbard both there to try and bring down the ball carrier, but neither linebacker able to wrap him up enough, and Williamson slips through for the first down carry. He'll get out to the 43-yard line.
42-yard line. It's 1st and 10 Mountain View.
So that is a pickup of 4 on the ground for Williamson, needed 3. So able to move the chains there. Drive will continue, 3 minutes to play in the contest. Shotgun snap, looking to pass. That ball batted up in the air. The breakup there up along the front line. Silas Kincaid, the senior, knocks that one down. Incomplete pass. And Roseburg's front line has done an amazing job really tonight of putting a lot of pressure on in the backfield against Mountain View. Been real impressed with the guys up front, Silas Kincaid, Hayden Snyder, Tiger Black, James Coleman, and they've been adding an extra guy up there as well. Going with just the 4-man front at the moment, though, as Mountain View kind of added their power running game here, trailing by 30. 2:10 to go. Fumble on the play. Right back over the center position here. And retaining the possession is Mountain View. It'll go to 3rd down now and 10. So it stays at that 43-yard line. Roseburg trying to make sure that they don't give up. They I think, some point of pride here. They don't want to give up another touchdown. A minute and a half to try and hold off Mountain View here. Pitch it. It's a new quarterback out there. Pitching, running to the near side. Slipping through. Williamson stays in bounds. And he goes down to the 32-yard line. It will move the chains. Pickup of 11 on the 16th carry of the night for Sayer Williamson. In there at quarterback was Connor Crum. The night done for starting quarterback Jacoby Moss. And a timeout taken. Oh, excuse me. They were moving the chains, and now it looks like 4th down over there. Moss on the sideline with his helmet off. Now they move the chains. They reset it there. Yeah. They were at the 43 on 1st and 10, so they got to the 32. That seems like it's fair. Pitch here. It's a different quarterback in there. Pitch to the back man, and he slips through tacklers. I think we're starting to see some guys coming off the bench. Running the ball down to the 20. I believe that is Nick Hopper.
Less than a minute.
Under a minute to play here at 39 and a half.
That ball down to the 20-yard line. 1st down, Cougars.
Timeout down on the field. So the run was 12-yard gain there. And at quarterback was David Duvall. Got a chance to get the snap in. So the starters coming out here for Mountain View. 39.5 seconds to go. The backups trying to punch it in one more time. 37-7 your score at the moment. Stick around. We'll have your post-game show. Tonight's game brought to you by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. And by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. And by our friends over at Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. 39.5 out of the timeout. Back at center now is Connor Crum. I formation behind him, looking to pass. Crum looking to his right, pressure coming, flushed out. Going to try and run to his left. The penalty flag out. He gets shoved out of bounds, out onto the track. 30.4 seconds. The clock is stopped with the penalty. Now the clock ran and then stopped. Now it's running again. It's holding against Mountain View. And that just might wrap up this ball game.
All right, families and students.
Back to the 32-yard line. Loss of 12 from the spot of the foul. 12 seconds to go. And a timeout taken once again by Mountain View. And I believe that'll be their final timeout. Yep, that is their final timeout there. So they'll try to get one more play in here with 10.3 seconds to go on the clock. Stick around for the post-game show. We'll name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. And we will get you ready, take a look at how the game played out, and get you ready for next week when Roseburg makes another long road trip up to Southridge, looking to go to 3-0 on the season. And we will try and see if we can collect any other scores from around the Umpqua Basin for you here this evening. I know there's a lot of big games going on, and some big games going on just around the state. The second half has been a quick one. Looks like everybody's at the same game apparently tonight. Everybody's reporting scores from the same games around the state. 10.3 seconds to go. Fake the handoff. It is Duvall in at quarterback. He makes the pass. It's complete to the 30. Taken down there immediately. That is Hopper again, and there it is. Triple zeros. This one goes final. Roseburg improves to 2-0 on the season.
Mountain View Cougars 7. Thanks for coming out, everybody. Have a safe drive home.
And Mountain View will fall to 1-1 on the year. A big win for Roseburg. They start out the season with a 2-0 win streak. Or 2-0, they're a two-game win streak, and they have won 3 straight dating back to last year. Can they continue the momentum as they get ready to take on Southridge coming up next week? It's going to be a fun one as we make the trip up to Beaverton. It's going to be a fun ride for Roseburg as they make the trip back home to the Umpqua Basin. Final score 37-7. Stick around. The postgame show coming up when we return after this 2-minute break on 541radio.com and on the Score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
I am a nurse.
A firefighter.
A college student.
a mother.
And I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready.
For every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
As a doctor, I kept myself safe from COVID by following all the proper protocols. Then I visited my family, and we all got COVID. I debated getting the vaccine since I gained the COVID antibodies. I changed my mind because I learned the antibodies may not offer full protection. But getting the vaccine after COVID can help prevent you from getting sick again. It also lowers your risk of getting someone else sick. So whether you've already had COVID or you're still unvaccinated, please get the vaccine.
Welcome you back here to Mountain View High School, where tonight Roseburg is able to pull away with the victory. Roseburg gets the win on top of Mountain View, 37-7, your final score. A big win tonight, and Roseburg will improve to 2-0 on the year, and Mountain View goes to 1-1 on the season. Joey Kieran here with you. I hope you've had a wonderful Friday evening, everybody. Thanks so much for spending some of your time with us here on the radio and also here on the video player at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score. Tune in next week as we will bring you coverage of Roseburg at Southridge. Let's take a look at how this one played out here tonight. Roseburg wins 37-7. They pull away for a 37-0 lead in the first half. And Roseburg getting 4 first-half touchdowns from Caden Eckel. The sophomore rushes for 122 yards. He didn't have a carry in the second half. He runs for 122 yards total and the 4 touchdowns. Colton Marsters had the first score of the night from 3 yards out to put Roseburg on top 7-0. And then it was all downhill from there. Roseburg turned it over on their first possession, a fumble that was recovered by Mountain View's Mason Ludwig. And then from there on, Roseburg scored on every possession the rest of the way, led 37-0. They did not allow a first down to Mountain View until the Cougars' final possession of that first half. They finally got their first down. In the second half, we had a running clock with the 37-0 lead, so it was only 3 drives in the third quarter. It was still 37-0, but at one play into the fourth quarter, a 12-yard touchdown pass from Jacoby Moss, finding Nick Hopper for the score, and that would be the only score of the second half and the only score of the night for Mountain View. Before we take a look at individual statistics, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg football on 541radio.com and on The Score. Joey Kieran here wrapping things up with you in our post-game show. Let's take a look at individual statistics from tonight's game for Mountain View. Jacoby Moss, the starting quarterback. I have him down 5 for 17 in this game, 68 yards. He had the 1 touchdown pass. He ended up connecting with Hopper for the 12-yard score. He had a 35-yard pass play to Jordan Kennedy, who had 2 catches for 43 yards. Sam Larson, the tight end, 3 catches for 13 yards. On the ground, Sayer Williamson had 16 carries for 46 yards after going for 200 yards and 4 touchdowns last week. He had a tough night sledding here this evening. Jacoby Moss got a number of sacks. He had a 12-yard carry, but he still finishes with negative 22 yards on the night. And that is pretty much it for the numbers on the Mountain View side. On the Roseburg side, Colton Marsters ended up going 8 for 10 through the air, 70 yards, but he does not have a touchdown, still without a passing touchdown on the year. Marsters did have 8 carries for 43 yards and a score. Caden Eckel had 13 carries, 122 yards, and 4 touchdowns, all in the first half. Logan Klopfenstein, 1 carry, 6 yards. Dominic Tatone, 3 carries, 12 yards. Knox Hubbard, 3 carries, 17 yards. The receivers, Landon Duper had 2 catches, unfortunately finishes with -3 yards, though. Dominic Titone, 2 catches, 19 yards. Hayden Horton had 1 catch for 2 yards, and Caden Eckel 3 catches for 52 yards. So the sophomore back finishes with 174 yards total here tonight. All right, folks, it's time to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game here in the postgame show. Your Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game receives a $50 gift certificate to use at Mountain Mike's. They're off of Harvard by Roseburg. Mountain Mike's, pizza the way it ought to be. Tonight, obviously, Caden Eckel had a great game this evening, but we gave it to him last week, and I like to spread around the love a little bit. I don't want Caden Eckel showing up at Mountain Mike's and spending about $1,000, if he keeps racking those up the way he's been playing. But I'm sure the sophomore could definitely spend a lot of money on pizza. I know I could when I was a sophomore. Tonight, though, Roseburg's defense had a heck of a performance, especially their front line, which was able to shut down this rushing attack and passing game from Mountain View. And I'm going to go with Silas Kincaid as your player of the game tonight. He had a heck of a performance. I know he had a couple of sacks, had a pass block in there. So, Silas Kincaid, congratulations. You are tonight's Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us here from Mountain View High School tonight as Roseburg goes to 2-0 on the season. They will now look forward to going to Southridge coming up on Friday night next week. They travel to Beaverton, where they will take on the Skyhawks. So we'll have that one for you. The game's scheduled to kick off at 7 o'clock, which means a 6:45 pregame coming up here on the Score. As we wrap things up here tonight, I want to say thanks to Mountain View. They were great hosts here this evening. Athletic Director Lance Haas, I really appreciate all that they did to set us up here tonight. Want to say thanks to Athletic Director Russ Bolin, Head Coach Dave Heiberger, and the entire Roseburg football program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg football here on the Score. Want to say thanks to Charlie Kieran for help with the video production here tonight and running the video camera this evening for us. Did a great job and appreciate the help from the family. Back in the studio, thanks to Logan Bishop running things on the board there for the radio production here this evening. And of course, folks, as always, I want to send out a big thank you to you, the fans, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran. I hope you have a wonderful Friday night, and I hope that you join us next week when Roseburg takes on Southridge for another Friday night affair. It's Roseburg High football right here with kickoff at 7, pregame at 6:45. Watch the game streaming at 541radio.com or catch it on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.